everyone, Jay here from You're My Weight Loss. And if you're watching me on YouTube, you're like, but you're alone. And where is Alicia? So, Alicia, while I had already pressed record and to start, she got a phone call. And I mean, whenever our phone rings, we think someone died. So we always have to answer. Although all of her family members are at her home at this very moment. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever, whenever, wherever you are. Hi. Okay, so today we're talking about January. And I attacked Alicia with this topic when when she signed up to this app that we record our podcast in. Okay, we're going to talk about January and the language behind January and the habits and the traditions. And how we speak about January, how we act differently because of it. And it's almost like the proof behind what we always say. Language is everything. And so, anyways, while we wait for her, I'll just say hi to you. How are you? Okay, so while we're recording this, we just ended the holidays, actually. It's really the end of December as we're recording. So we're almost like on time, but just a little early. We like to just make sure that we're a little bit ahead here with our podcasts. Did you know that we have a podcast that comes out every Friday now? Okay, so we just ended the holidays. I also bought skates, and I am waiting for my mom medal in the mail. It's actually not bad. Now, I don't know if you remember, but Alicia had recommended that she had said that that was one of her resolutions, or one of her things that she wants to work on, is to be more active with her family. And she's like, oh, maybe we should start skating. And I was like, I am not skating. But have we do have a we live waterfront, right? So the pond thing and the water, everything's there. And I have access to so much ice. So much ice. Oh, wait, they don't see you, girl. All is good. Hi. It
Hi.
was 2 minutes. I'm so sorry. Not even. It's because I couldn't stop it and it was starting and I was like, they got this. It'll make it interesting.
I feel so bad. I thought the girls' nail appointment that I had booked them was at noon, and it was at 9 a.m.
Oh, shoot.
They're gonna be devastated.
Oh.
I feel so bad.
Oh. And they obviously were booked or whatever.
I had it in my phone as noon.
All right. I was talking to them. I know it's I got nothing for you other than I'm sorry that this happened to you in this.
I mean, they'll get it, but
yeah. They have all next week and maybe even more weeks.
Don't say that.
She doesn't even want me to flirt with the idea. She's so funny. No, I think it's all good. I think that people are like, okay, we have one more week left. No one's saying anything about it. So I'm like, okay, cool. No, I just said hi. I said, how are you? There was really nothing. It was 2 minutes. 2 minutes in my world is nothing. You want me to talk? But I was saying that I just purchased skates, and that you had flirted with the idea that you wanted to skate with your kids, starting skating with your kids, and that I was not into it. But then I saw how Dia is so good and loves it. And I was like, okay. I thought I was not going to like it. Honestly, I thought I was going to fall a lot and be frustrated. Also, Noah, I'm not the person that how can I say this in a very nice way? I don't know. If it's not fun for me, I don't want to include the children. As in, it's not fun when your kid is 3 and has skates on and they can't skate, and then you have to your back is all crooked and you have to hold them. Ça, c'est zéro, là. That is not.
Yeah, no, that's not fun at all.
Anyways, it was so funny because I did not buy skates, and the couple that came with us to skate, or whatever they called, and was like, oh my God, I saw that you can skate on your water. Can we come? I was like, absolutely, it is for everyone. Anyways, they came, and they have a daughter that's 3. And she's like, we're just going to stop and buy skates for Adele, and we'll see you there. And I was like, oh, wow, that's dedication there. And so they seemed like they did not have a good time. And I was like, look, I'm having a great time without Noah. Because I put Noah on a sled and I was just pulling him in the back, And then they're like, oh yeah. And then I'm like, what you're going through does not seem fun. I'll be honest here. It was funny.
I know it's a process because not one human in my family knows how to skate. Okay.
Right. Okay.
No one.
Not Neil.
Neil's from England.
Right. Okay.
They don't skate in England. So just me. And I only barely know how to skate. Like I couldn't help a kid right now. I need to skate myself.
It's almost like in the pool, when you're like, every man for themselves, do not touch another human if you're going down. It is the exact same thing. I have the same rule on skates. I'm like, do not touch me. Do not touch your brother. Do not touch your sister. Do not touch a friend. You just let them go.
Did you find it okay? Like were you better than okay?
Yes. Okay. So c'était basically like riding a bike. I have to say, like the first moment that I got up, she took them, like it's scary. Then you get all show offy. You get all like, oh, I got this. And then you think you can go backwards or even like stop. But I used to skate a lot. I have to say that. Like I used to like go every Saturday night and skate when I was young at the skating rink for like, there was like a, like kind of like a dance.
Okay.
Oh my God, wait. So Julie yesterday, who we went skating with, she's like, we used to have dances at the skating rink. Did you guys have that? And then we started making fun of me and her husband. We're like, no, we didn't. She's from like Bathurst. And we're like, that's all they had to do there. And we like started making fun. Anyways, which is like Bathurst is like bigger than Shediac. Anyways, moving on. So then now I'm having a moment where we did have that. Like on Saturday nights, I remember wanting to go and meet a boy. And I was 12. And my dad was like, don't meet boys at 12. What are you going to be doing when you're 16? We all know what we were doing at 16. Meeting them in the back room.
Oh my God. I know. And to think that like my kids are not that long away from those numbers is very scary.
Very scary.
I have more questions about skating, but I can leave them for another time. Like, are you sore today?
Not sore. No, not sore. No.
Okay.
And it's not like I wasn't like out of breath. I can't say that my like heart rate went up while I was skating, but like clearly, okay, this is me. I'm watching young people, I mean our age, men playing hockey on our rink. Like everyone's like it's like really special actually. Like when the ice is really nice, like it's like kind of insane. There's like 3 games going and like we were just like kind of doing there was dogs. It's like really cute. It's like a movie.
It's really special.
Yeah, I know. It happens like twice a year. Like you guys, like right now it's over because it snowed. So like we can't go on the ice. It's all like full of snow. Like it's not, and then the tide goes up and down. Like it's not all year. This is not our winter. And do not add coldness and wind to like yesterday was perfection. Nice ice, 1 degree, like not even cold, not even wind, no wind. Like imagine like north winds. Look, this is what so this is where I would try if I wanted to try to sell my home. This is when I would like just post that video one time.
Okay.
I wouldn't show them the damage the wind does and you know what I mean? How cold it is.
In my mind, this was it for the rest of the winter. This was your beautiful fantasy.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's like maybe like 2-3 times a year.
Okay.
That's it though. Yeah, it's already over. Although some people are really dedicated. It depends how dedicated you are, Alicia. Some people go on and they clean a little area in front of their home so they can play hockey. We could do that. But then you just go in circles. That's boring. And then often you have to drive like down the road where they don't have that much of a tide difference. So we can get in there at that point, but someone needs to clean it for me, I'm not arriving there with like a shovel. You know what I mean?
I'm also always afraid someone's going to die.
Okay. In what way? Like their head?
That is one concern. Yes.
Yes.
But falling in the ice, like how are we sure it's frozen everywhere?
Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. And also yes, we don't go close to the channel. And also it's right there. You see it under you that it's very frozen. Okay. And also wait. There's also this thing, Leash, where you wait for other humans to go on the ice for days on end. And you're like, no one's died. And then you go with your family. Okay. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I went for a walk. It's quite interesting. I went for a walk and I walked on the bridge that's right in front of our home, and under the bridge, water, like it's open.
Yeah.
Like there are like birds in the water.
Yeah.
And not too far away, we were skating. You know what I mean? So like, it's like just in the same pond, but it's like, there's no water. There's like this amount of water. So it's frozen.
I also trust Jeff. Like Jeff, like he wouldn't, he's
Always.
not a risky guy.
No, 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 no. He's the one that like is the adult that's like, kids and Josie, we can't do that today because of this. You know what I mean?
He probably has a measuring tape out. He has like some kind of device that measures the width of the ice.
Yeah. Someone did ask like, how thick was the ice? I'm like, I don't have like a ice thicker tool in my pocket to know how thick the ice is. I don't know enough to hold me on it. And the kids and all of the people. Anyways, back to the people playing hockey. So I was watching them play hockey, and it's like, you're on skates. I had never had this moment. Like, it's playing a sport on skates. I had never like, it's like I had not put on skates in such a long time. I'm like, that is a skill.
Yeah.
I see now. I see why this is hard.
Yeah.
Like, they do that little steppity step thing, and then he had the puck, and I was just like watching his feet while I'm like just making it by with standing, you know? And it's just shocking to me. I was like, wow. And then Jeff was like, obviously, I'm like, look at them play. He's like, you've never seen people play hockey before? And I was like, no, I've never had like a deep reflection of like, holy crap, you really need to be good on your feet with skates to play this sport.
Yeah.
Where you're chasing people. Like right now, everyone, do not touch me, do not be close to me. And everyone's like moving, and they have like tools, sticks.
A stick might be helpful.
Maybe.
Lean on.
The trick. Anyways.
Well, stay tuned.
I'll count how many times I can go on the water so that we have like more of an estimate.
Did you buy those skates? You actually bought them. I am so proud. Because right in Canadian Tire, you can buy them real close, right?
Yeah. So it's like a 2-second drive, and then the lineup to get them aiguisé,
sharpened,
yeah, was like so long because everyone's buying skates. And I was like, this is not worth it to me. And then I got home, and then the adult in our home said, you cannot get on skates without having them sharpened. So I had to go back.
Did you buy men's skates or figure skates?
Men, I did. Jeff was like, we need hockey skates. Like, they're way easier, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So at first, though, I did struggle the first few minutes because I'm so used to the picks in front. Like
yeah.
Like I said, I've skated before. So that's why like I kind of had that like feeling, and I never skated with hockey skates, but they were really good. Like, it's like I almost fell forwards a few times because there is no pick, and like it's round. Do you want me to
stopping on skates? Not a thing for me.
Okay, I was so good when I was younger. You know what else I really like, and is a very fun but traumatic experience as a family? Skiing, downhill skiing.
That would be, I thought of that. I'm telling you, I want to do these things with my non-sporty family, though. I'm the sportiest in my family.
Yes, you are the sportiest. Like, your family is not sporty at all.
No.
Well, you and Phoebe.
Phoebe is, yeah. Phoebe would rock it.
Yeah, she would rock it.
I feel like skiing is like, talk about being afraid someone's going to die.
Yes, very much more like your fear of your kids or people dying when they're biking or skating is very odd to me. But you having fear that someone gets hurt while skiing, very, very reasonable fear. Like, it happens all the time. Yeah. I've seen so many injuries. Like, it's like scary. Like, because we skied a lot when I was young. Like, we had like the passes at Sussex, and we would be there every weekend. And like, me and my family, like my dad and my mom, like, hilarious. Can you even imagine? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, so one day I'll do that with my kids. And I'm that person again, like, you know, my nephew and my niece, like, they basically started skiing when they were 2. And like Margot had like the harness, absolument pas. Again, every man for themselves. You go
harness the child to them.
No, they have like basically it's worse than what you think. It's actually worse than the harness you're talking about. So basically the kid is in front of you, and you have them in a harness, and you hold them while you skate. How? Absolutely pas. So I said, you know what? I only started skiing when I was like 10, 12, whatever, like when we're older. And so everyone likes doing their thing. Like, it's not, again, always about me and it being fun for me. You know what I mean? Not for the child to be like really good at sports young. I don't care.
I do think, though, as a society, and you and I don't buy into this, that there's pressure as parents to get your kids in sports as soon as humanly possible so that they are so good.
It's not even, oh my God, it's so good that you're bringing this up because I actually wrote that as like a podcast to alone. But I was thinking about like Noah and how like my new, like how I'm kind of raising him and Noah with a different mentality. Dia and Noah with a different mentality, different language, and different shoulds. But like with Dia, I was like, okay, she needs to be in a big girl bed. And like for what? For Instagram? Like to post a picture like my kid's in a big girl bed. Oh, look at her big girl room. But then you're like, Jesus, every morning they wake up and now they're in your bed because they can get out. And now you like created this like new lifestyle. Your kid going from a crib to a bed is a new lifestyle. Are you ready for that lifestyle? Or it's just for the Instagram post though? And you giving your kid no longer a soother. Is that this is a lifestyle. This kid now doesn't have a soother anymore when he cries, and he might take longer to go to bed. Are you willing to do this work? You know what I mean? All of it, even the potty training them young. Like no one's coming for you. No medals in the mail though. No one cares though. So if your kid is potty trained at 22 months and the other one is 3.5 years old and whatever, nothing happens. Like nothing is different.
Nothing.
No one cares. No one cares other than you just went through trauma trying to get your super young toddler to do this, and it was traumatic. You know what I mean? When you could have waited and it wouldn't have been as traumatic. And sometimes feel like, oh, it's the same. No, it's not. Like if they get older, like Dia never started skating until she was 5. And then we just like put her on skates and she was old enough to do it. Now, this is my theory. You can have your own. But I was just thinking about that. Like Noah still tit. People are like, oh, when will he be dry in the night, in the evening? I don't know. By the time he's 16, he probably wouldn't pee during the night. Like, I don't know. But all I know is that I am not getting up in the middle of the night to put my kid on a toilet.
I never cared about a nighttime diaper. I never cared about getting rid of a nighttime diaper. Like, that's the last thing I care about.
And then I start to think about the shoulding and like, oh, well, they should do the same thing, the oldest and the youngest, and they should do this. And I'm like, and it's all good if that's what you want. But a lot of women, a lot of moms, we're really off topic here. But a lot of moms do things because they're like, oh, I thought this was in the guide of this is what should happen. And I was like, oh, no, actually, it's just society that made that rule, but never thought about moms that are working and are tired and how it's like actually like putting so much pressure. And also like, I don't know, people aren't realizing the effects it has when they put pressure on like, oh, my kid is not whatever. And then that creates like that negative language and then that guilt and then blah, 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 and that like spirals.
Absolutely. And you know what is interesting for me being a twin mom is seeing two, because you could say, oh, they're different genders, you know, oh, you're raising them. They're different because, you know, they had an older sister. Well, I'm raising twins. So they're very much and same gender. And I just see that like if I was to parent them both the same, it would actually be unfair to them.
Yeah, no,
like they're not the same human. They don't have the same strengths. Like I should push Phoebe to do sporty stuff, but it's not fair to also push Piper to do sporty stuff.
Yeah. No,
anyway.
I agree. Oh my God. Anyways, I was having a deep reflection on that. Now how I'm like, oh no, I don't want Noah to go on skates right now because I don't want like, oh, you should, it'll be so good for them. Who said who? Like you should put your kids in soccer. Jamais de la vie. You know those soccer league in the summer?
Oh my God, it's like 3 nights a week all summer long. It's so aggressive.
It's so, oh my God, I love that you said aggressive. It's so aggressive. And I'm like, dude, 3 nights a week, it is 25 degrees and I need to leave my chair from my pool to dress my kid that does not like soccer to go play soccer because that's what the community is doing. Absolument pas.
And then you sit there and get eaten alive by the mosquitoes.
No. Nope. And I think like people are like, oh, you look happy. Yes. Because I put my needs first. Thank you. No, vraiment. You know what I mean? And I have to say, like, I don't have like a lot of like fights with my kids or like moments of like, ugh. Like I have a lot of patience because everything I do is very much a la José. And like, you know what I mean? I don't force things and I'm like, oh, why aren't you doing this? And like, really, you don't want to. That's when like moments happen, right? Like online schooling. You don't want to do online schooling. It obviously creates like, it's not who you are, and it's not what you want to be doing. And we could all like pretend kumbaya. Oh, good. The kids, absolument pas. Oh my God. Wait till you, oh my God, I'm like on it right now. But like, wait till you hear my 2022 lifestyle and just like how I like really went honest. You know what I mean? Anyways, it's good. It's going to be good.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
What was this podcast supposed to be about?
I mean, it's been 20 minutes. We could just stop and do another one
Yeah.
and call it something else and then do one about January. I'm not even kidding.
I think it's actually a good idea. What
about skating?
Huh?
What about skating?
Okay. I do have more skating questions.
Yeah, okay, so let's keep going another 5 minutes, and then I think this is a great podcast of just talking.
I also like, what do I do? I have to go by myself. And the whole reason why I want my whole goal.
Okay, yes. Tell us about why this is important to you.
Okay, so this is part of my January 2020.
Yeah, I like that.
2022. I had a moment of reflection where I realized my family's only activities are drinking beer. The kids don't drink beer, but we take them to the pubs because we also don't have babysitters. So if I want to go have a pint of beer, whatever, judge me, I don't care.
No.
Neil and I go, we bring the kids. We actually talk to them while we're there. We play games with them. There's other people with their kids there.
I think it looks great.
They're not there for like 7 hours. You know what I mean? Like
5.
like 2. Anyway, and
I mean,
so I basically
feed them yummy food. You feed them yummy food.
Yes.
This is, and also like, okay, this is just the environment that they're growing up in. Like your kids are obviously going to be people like you grew up in an environment, your parents were drinking, you like liked to party, liked to drink. And then you grew up in that. Like I grew up with parents that don't drink. So obviously that has to do with that, you know?
Yeah. I just can't fight it.
But then look at my brother. Loves to drink.
Yeah.
And grew up with no parents that you drank. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, everyone does their thing.
Yeah. And I'm going to like segue away from this to tell you this story. So we were at the Holy Whale, which is like our local brewery, and with the kids wanted chips. So I sent them up to the cash with my Visa because they've been using my Visa. They think it's the best thing ever. Okay.
Absolutely.
So Phoebe and Piper are standing in line at Holy Whale by themselves, and their principal walks in. And he's right directly behind them. I'm nowhere in sight.
Stop. This is hilarious. I love this story.
But like, he's a great guy and we know him. And he actually was with his son as well, who's like their age. So I'm like, hello. I'm teaching them independence. That's what's happening right now. Because I do think it's important that they like go hi to the waitress. I'd like ketchup chips, please. Like those are some skills, right? I absolutely, obviously agree with that. Like I'm all about that. Anyway, I realized that my family's only like family activities in the winter is going to a brewery, or sometimes we'll take them out to eat or like go shopping. But like, I want to do more than just that. In the summer, we're very active. We go for hikes, we go to Fundy, we go camping, you know, we're swimming all the time. So
okay, I see where you're going with this. I see what you mean. As in like, what do we do? Like, because a lot of the time in the winter, I'm like, what do we do with them? Like what do we do with them?
It's Sunday afternoon. Let's go snowshoeing, family.
Okay. You know what the people do is like the side by side and they go in trails and stuff.
That does not appeal to me.
No, either. It's so expensive as well.
Yes. No, that's not me. I don't even want to buy them skates.
Okay. So you want to go somewhere it's free. Doesn't cost.
I just want to go, but like to get all 5 of them, I said, this is what we're going to do, team. Everyone's going to try skating. Everyone's going to try snowshoeing, and everyone's going to try cross country skiing.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And then we can pick one, and then maybe we can get gear for one of those things.
Okay. I like that.
But like, it's annoying when the kids are little because like every year they need like new skates.
I'm telling you, we have to wait. We have to wait. This is a hard time. It's a hard time for everyone, Alicia. But vraiment. And like, it's not, people are like, oh yeah, I just go and I bring my 1-year-old in a thing. And I'm like, absolument pas. Like, I don't want to do that. It is very Instagrammable. Yay, it looks really pretty. But like, I cannot imagine that. Like, it's like me skating on the rink. Very Instagrammable. People are like, oh, wow, this magical thing. And I'm like, happens like twice a year. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how often. Maybe Jeff is listening right now. It's like, it depends the year. Let's go with that. Because I know that last year they went like almost every day.
Oh, amazing.
You know what I mean? I know that last year that it was like like they were always gone, her and Jeff, and I like was like, perfect. I'll just stay with our 2-year-old at home. You
See,
know?
that's so nice. I want that for my life.
I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. They and it's right there. You know?
It's
But
right there.
you guys have great trails right next to you. If we want to go somewhere, we don't have a trail. We don't have anything right next to us. So you guys have a nice trail. You could go for walks.
We can. And we have a little Neil's actually gonna take the kids, Neil and Josh, are gonna take the kids tomorrow to they walk along the Dobson and then they're gonna make a fire and make hamburgers.
Well, that's exciting.
Right?
Um, do we feel a little jealous of the people? This is just a conversation. Basically, you guys are just joining us talking. This is how we live life. Are we a little bit of jealous of people that don't have kids? Like, and they don't have to like find like there was one point where like my dad who like obviously had his children. So like when they're like older and it's like they don't have to like think of like entertaining events. Like legit, we wake up now and we have to think about
Oh,
what they do.
you're so right.
Like Jeff was like, "What's the like?" So I dropped off Noah to daycare. P.S. It's first day with like his mask all day.
Oh.
Wanted to cry. We can talk about that too. It's just
Did you talk to him about it?
I did. I talked to him about it last night, and he was like, "No." And then I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna go great." And then this morning, I was like, "Oh, I knew his friend was going, so I was like, oh, we're gonna go see him, and today we're wearing our mask. It's gonna be great." And then he's like, "Wait." And then I gave him a few options of which one he wanted to wear. He picked the one he wanted to wear. He asked if he can keep his soother. So he went in with his soother inside his mask.
Stop. He might not even like notice, like, you know what I mean? He gets distracted.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I hope that like, yeah.
Also, did he cry because it's like because he has been with you guys so much?
So he didn't. And then what happens if I stay too long and talk? Let's all be real. I always talk to the girl. Hey, what's up? It's like, talk to me. And then if I stay too long, he turns around and then screams. And that's what happened this morning.
Oh,
that broke my heart. So I told her, we're just like testing it out to see, like, I said, just be honest with me. If I call and you're like, he's struggling, like he's not liking it, he doesn't want to stay on, because he is like a really good boy, but still very much like, no, like he will be like that. And so I'm like, if he's like causing you issues, I'll go get him. And then I also asked, like, does he need to nap with it?
I hope
she's like, no, I don't think so. I was like, oh my gosh. If so, like, that is not reasonable. I am going to go every day for his nap.
Oh my god.
But at the same time, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like they just like sit there and play, like, you know?
But I mean, they're away from each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not moving around.
Right. Cool. So, okay, wait.
Okay, so we wake up every day as mothers.
Right. And
also, I feel like
what is Dia doing? I'm like, I don't know, Jeff. I just know what I'm doing. And then I thought, it's so exhausting. And then that's the difference between a weekend with kids and no kids. You have no kids. Imagine you wake up. I mean, you've had one time where you had no kids. You went to all the restaurants, I think, and you went shopping.
I didn't cook one meal at home. Like literally didn't. I wasn't even gonna drink a coffee at my own home. I was gonna go everywhere.
Absolutely, Alicia. And anyways, I was just thinking about like how you don't have to think about what other people are doing with their day. You just think about what you do with your day. And then I started to think about how that affects this journey that we're trying to help people on. Like, let's be real. Like, that is a big difference between someone that has kids and no kids. Like, it's just what it is, because you have to think about what they want, and the shooting is all what they want first. You know what I mean? Than what you want. Like, I don't know, like more and more as I'm a mom, I'm like, wow, it is different than when you don't have kids, you know? Even last night, I would have stayed, like I taught spin at 5, and I felt so guilty leaving at 5 p.m. And I had spent the whole day basically winning awards for skating. And I was like feeling guilty for leaving right at supper when I prepared, I put a lasagna in the oven. And I was like, it is going to be ready in 1 hour. And I also fed my mom and my dad. I was like, this lasagna can feed all of you. Here you go, everyone. I'm going to peace out. But then it was Dana's class and I would have stayed. No kids, you stay. I would be so active. I would be so more active. But it's just like, you can only fit a certain amount of time to like move your body. And like we prioritize it and feel guilty when we do it. Our guilt is less, but it's still very much there. I don't know about you, but like, oh my God, my guilt these past months.
Yeah, I feel like you're struggling with it a lot more than I am. I don't often have guilt with my kids anymore.
I think it's probably maybe Noah. I'm just like waiting for it. But like even yesterday, I leave. Oh, thank God he wanted to go for a walk with me. So I invited my dad. We like went a good walk on Monday. Then Tuesday, I'm like, let's do that again. He's like, yes. Then we pass in front of my mom's. And then he's like, je vais aller chez ma mère. And then like decides, like he's like getting out of the stroller. Like, and I'm not going, this is me. I'm not going on a walk where you're like screaming your head off that you don't want
Yeah.
to be there. Like that is not fun for me.
Yeah.
So my mom's like, go, continue. I will take him. Guilt. Couldn't do it. I'm like, I'm like, I'll go when he naps. You know, like I'll go when he naps. Like that was not the plan. Today I need to spend time with him. And she's like, I don't care. Just like, and then I'm like, but mom, you're gonna bring him inside and you're gonna show him shows. Like you're gonna give him the iPad. I don't want that. So we have to entertain them if we don't want them on the iPad because they shouldn't have iPad. Holy mag, like, right? And then wait, we haven't even talked about the fact that we're working. We have to work.
Yeah. And I find it's so hard because of what we do, because we can do it from home, because we can do it when we want. It's like we don't work.
Yeah.
That's like a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's like insane. Well, yes. Anyways, I was just thinking about all of it. I'm like, holy mac, like, and I thought like I'm flirting with the idea of being like. Anyways, you'll hear all about my things. Obviously, I'm sharing this with all the world, or at least our members, all the details of my life. But I thought about if I didn't have kids, how, like, I'm saying it out loud. If I didn't have kids, how it would be so much easier. Like, man, I'd be fit and I'd be, you know what I mean? Like I would just like, because I love that stuff, but then I have them and I have to do it.
I don't think about how much easier it'd be if I didn't have kids. I think about how great it'd be if I was divorced.
Oh, okay. I never think that. Oh my God.
I think that seems awesome.
Okay.
Because I still get to have the kids. I still get to have these humans.
Halftime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peace. And there's no guilt. They're with their father every second weekend to do whatever the F I want.
I know.
Then there's the part that Neil's not there anymore, though.
Right. So when you're with them, you're alone.
Yeah. Well, no, there'll be a replacement quickly.
Oh my goodness.
I am also jealous of people whose husbands actually do shit with their kids, like, and take initiative to like, let's go skating, let's go this, let's do that. Like, I'm in charge of everyone's activities.
I know. And I thought of that. Yes, no, I agree. Like, yeah, Jeff is so good for that. Like many times he says yes to going to do things with Dia. If Dia wants to skate anytime, like it was after supper, it is cold and dark. It is 6:30 p.m. And she's like, do you want to go, Papa? He's like, let's do it. And I was like, oh my God. Like he's really good. Like, do they want to go to the park? Yeah, let's do it. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, not like that. So like I see, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And also on top of that, so now we're in charge of what they're doing and what they're eating every second of every day. Like this whole motherhood thing is a lot.
Yeah. No one warned us to this.
No. And no wonder women sometimes feel like they can't also be on a diet, because being on a diet, a traditional diet, when you think of a diet, is so much work, is so overwhelming, is so all-encompassing. No wonder women feel like, oh my God. And then you want me to like measure and weigh and count everything, or make completely separate meals than my family, or like that whole thing. Like, no wonder women feel like there is no way I can add a diet onto my life right now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, it's because, and they need us.
They do need us. And I was thinking about like how, because okay, oh my God, another podcast or something that I want to talk about is, I was like, sometimes I get not frustrated. That's not the right word, but I get like annoyed. Still not the right word, of how people don't understand what we do at Your Weight Loss and how it works. Okay. And I'm like, how can they not understand? Like, we're so clear. We're showing up every day, always saying the same thing. Like, I think it's so clear, like you need to change your language, your mindset, blah, blah. But then I started to think, you know what though? They've never done this. They've never, like legit never, they've never lost weight in this way. So at the end of the day, no wonder they don't understand. It's so different that it's like this other way of thinking. It's like this other world, this other way that you're like, I can't even wrap my head around how this would work, right? So I'm like, okay, like at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do to be clearer or louder. We're so clear, we're so loud, we're so present. In my mind, I'm like, they just need to see with their eyes that thousands are doing it. And they're like, okay, I'm ready to like jump in and see how I can figure out my way, because this looks amazing. This looks exactly what I'm looking for, you know?
And what's so ironic to me is that people are so stuck on retrying the same shit that they've done over and over and over every January. They're joining the same diets that they've always joined. And I'm like, why are we continuing to try something that is not working for us long term, but they're scared to try something different?
Yes, love everything that you just said. Wow. And the thing is self-awareness. They're not even self-aware enough to recognize that what they've done in the past hasn't worked. They actually still use the language that it worked because they lost 10 pounds in 2 minutes or 20 pounds in 3 minutes. And so that, like, it's the language and the self-awareness that's not the proper one. And that's why they keep doing the same thing. They don't even have that moment. And at the end of the day, how can they start recognizing this is by listening and hearing our message. So that's why we're just going to keep doing what we do.
We're just going to keep showing up. And I mean, that's actually ironically what they need to do as well.
Yeah.
Is instead of joining this crazy, restrictive, all-encompassing thing, you need to do something different this time. And you need to commit to just like figuring this out.
I also, did you see that they started, I know we're filming this a little early, that we've been talking for 36 minutes. So like, I don't even know. I don't know what we're going to call this one. We'll see. But I wanted to say this and then we'll go. Right. So obviously people are starting to sell their programs, their weight loss programs.
Okay.
And I'm just like having a look at like the language they're using and the like pictures they're using as well, like to like get people to like join their 60-day challenge or 30-day shred or whatever. And I'm like, the picture they're using is not even like it's not like relatable.
I know.
Like, it's like this person is like cut and like at the gym photo shoot.
I know.
Like, why
I know. I know.
Like, I wish that you and I could just like normal bodies just show up. This would be our picture for who joining your weight loss. Like, just like stretch marks, be loose skin. Just, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, but that's the truth. Like, I saw 3 separate posts about them selling. One was a 60-day challenge. The other one was a 6-week new year, new whatever. And the other one was, I don't know, like a 12-week. It's always like short term kind of. And it's not even like, it doesn't matter. I understand why they do that. We have monthly memberships and whatever, but they're always, recurring and memberships. Like, it's not just this one. It's like, they call it like a program. Our program never ends. It's not a timeline. Their program is timelined.
Oh yeah.
You get what I mean? Very timelined.
Yeah.
And then their picture, so the language for me, and then just the picture they use is them looking at their mighty best with no clothes on.
I know.
Like, when is lingerie? Why are you wearing lingerie? What's happening?
I know.
What is happening right now?
I know.
But where they're selling body, they're selling the look, they're selling, and in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, babe, I'm right now.
And why is that so appealing to everyone? Why is that what we want?
Years, Alicia, years of diet industry. Years.
The best part about losing weight has nothing to do with what I look like naked. Like, and that someone else is like seeing me. Like, how many minutes in my life am I in a bathing suit that people are looking at me? Very limited.
Very.
Like, it's
very limited.
It's not, it's very frustrating.
Yeah, very frustrating.
All right.
Okay, we got to go live in 10 minutes.
I know.
I'm excited about that. I can't wait to talk to you about it. Okay.
Yay.
Hey, everyone. This is a really good 40 minutes of just us. I think we like missed each other.
We did. I could talk for actually 4 more hours.
Okay, I'm so happy. Yeah, I love you so much. Okay, everyone. So as always, I mean, we could pretend you see a picture of us in just our not lingerie, but just like regular underwear. We could. Oh my god, mom underwear.
Granny panties.
Yeah, just like mom underwear, right? In vieille bra avec les boubous là on the side.
My beige bra that I wear every day.
And just like our hair, just like there, you know what I mean? Regular body.
Mum
like,
bun.
Yeah, just about a second of cellulite. And just like, new year, new you. Join our 365-day never-ending program.
Oh my god, I love it. We need to do this. We need to do this.
Oh, do you like it? Okay, perfect.
I love it.
Okay. All right, everyone. Follow us everywhere. Join us. We love you. Bye.